We're going to talk about why employers should hire more employees from the armed forces. It takes a special person to be a member of the United States Armed Forces. To get through basic training alone, it takes a lot of mental preparation and strength, as well as a peak physical condition. Many employees and firms across the country have never gone through what people from the armed forces have in basic training alone. People from the armed forces have perseverance and grit. This is shown by getting through basic training and really gives them an upper hand in the hiring process. They also understand structure and have incredible routines. This is why firms should hire more employees from the armed forces. People from the armed forces can greatly benefit an organization. Just a matter of a couple years, sometimes months, people from the armed forces experience things that most regular civilian employees won't experience in a lifetime. These experiences allow them to think outside of the box, come up with different ways to solve problems, and overall be relaxed because they know any problem they are experiencing at an organization cannot be worse or as difficult as anything they've experienced in basic training or war. This is a skill managers love to have in their employees. It makes a manager's job much easier when an employee can creatively come up with a way to solve a problem, and the manager does not consistently have to solve problems themselves. This one skill alone can really change the dynamic of a workplace and change the future of an organization, especially if the organization consistently hires people from the armed forces and consistently allows for creative problem solving from their employees. The armed forces really can be viewed as an entity that simply produces people that would make great employees when the wars are over, when a person is no longer needed in a setting such as the Army or Marine Corps. Simply by going through basic training, these people are proven to have certain character traits that are invaluable to a firm. People from the armed forces know how to take orders from upper level management and understand hierarchy in an organization. All the organizations that make up the armed forces have a ranking system, much like most organizations do in the workplace. The way to move up the ranking in an armed forces setting is through education, tenure, and experience. Many organizations love to promote from within. These people understand that through commitment and hard work, you can move up the ranking ladder in an organization. Another trait that people from the armed forces have is grit. Grit cannot be taught and is the ability to keep on going even through failures or extreme times of adversity. This is exemplified in cases of war, where the soldiers need to constantly stay level-minded in extreme conditions day in and day out. Soldiers understand that over time they can adapt to whatever problems may show up, even if it's on a daily basis. The ability to do this and realize this is paramount in settings with high volatility, such as being a stockbroker where there's constant change and sometimes high levels of stress. People from the armed forces know how to take orders and understand that following certain steps, even as minuscule as they seem, are sometimes necessary in order to achieve certain tasks. They are trained to have extreme attention to all details, which will work very well in a workplace setting, where the job is extremely tedious and the attention to workmanship isn't needed. Another characteristic that people from the armed forces have is high levels of self-discipline. This is created through the basic training program and is cemented throughout one's career, whether the person is a chef or on the front lines as a soldier. They are expected to hold up to a high standard every day. All organizations would greatly benefit from having employees that hold themselves up to a higher standard, because as a whole, that could potentially bring an organization to the next level and well above industry standards no matter what kind of business it is. The most important characteristic a person from the armed forces has is confidence. The reason a person from the armed forces' confidence is so high is because the person has to accomplish so many different tasks during their time in that setting. Every achieved task leads to another task and is for the greater good of all the people in that person's troop. Every achieved task creates a snowball effect where eventually one feels that no one task is ever impossible. An employee's confidence is the most important thing because it allows the employee to believe they are capable of achieving goals. Every organization has goals, and if their employees believe they can achieve their goals, the organization will have a higher chance of being successful. People from the armed forces are preconditioned to make great employees, which is why organizations hire more of them and implement a structure within the organization that allows for a smooth transition. It's as easy as laying out goals and implementing steps to achieve them. The behavioral aspect of a civilian from the armed forces is very low risk, as they have received training that primarily focuses on behavior, how to achieve tasks, and extreme and volatile conditions. These are all traits that organizations aspire to have in their company, so they should hire these elite candidates that have these traits.